Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's time for your TNA Event Center Wrestling Report. And now here's the man to give you that report, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 1799. I want to first welcome a new subscriber to my channel, Jared J. Games. And Jared, appreciate you, subscribing. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments, and hopefully I will get to answer your question whenever I get a chance. Now, as you know, the WWE's gotten in before we get to talk about TNA from last night, the WWE's got an independent development program going, and a couple of one noted name from that program will be because stories of WWE ID prospects and wrestling schools. They try the pathway WWE. We have and Zeta Steel, the real deal, and will be she's a WWE ID prospect. This guy from Combat Zone Wrestling. Bryce Donovan from Wrestling Open. Cappuccino Jones from This Is Wrestling. Jack Summit, a.k.a. Jack Cartwheel, from Game Changer Wrestling. And Zara Zakir from Millennium Pro Wrestling. And those are it. Also, the WWE just signed Lance Anoa'i, part of the Anoa'i family. Looks like he might get incorporated into the Bloodline storyline War Games. We shall see on that development. So, we shall see what happens in that department. Hopefully, we see him. I don't know if we'll see him tonight or we'll see him on NXT, SmackDown. I'll tell you what, it's gonna be something else. So let's talk about what happened last night on TNA. I do believe this is a Bound for Glory Fallout, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to check. I am going to check. Yep, Bound for Glory Fallout. Knockouts tag action. To start it off as the new TNA Knockouts champ, Masa Slamovich, team up with the former champ, Jordan Grace, who has had a busy week, as you know. And like Tom Hennepin said last night, not last night, but the night before, Wednesday night, because it is Friday. Today's Friday, by the way. The 8th. We're about 2 weeks away, and if you have not had the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection yet, I suggest you order it real quickly. I ordered it back in June, the physical copy. I already had the digital copy. It's the physical copy that I wanted, and so... So there's that. Whether it be for the Switch or the PS4, PS5, it's a big deal. Monster Slamovich and Jordan Grace took on the System's Alicia Edwards and Tasha Steeles. Both ladies are Massachusetts natives, by the way. So, and Grace and Masha did defeat the two ladies. And Gia Miller interviewed another powerhouse, Savannah Evans, and asking her why she attacked Lei Ying Lee. She says that it's supposed to be my time, and I want to make an impact. No pun intended, but that's how it is. So that's going to be that. Wendy Chu and Rosemary, they battled each other in a no DQ matchup. As you know, Wendy Chu has already had a rough night, being stuffed in a casket. That was a couple weeks ago against Tatum Paxley, and took on Rosemary, and Rosemary ended up winning the matchup. And they had from the Vault compilation back a few months ago, 5 months ago, Mustafa Ali was defending the X Division title against Mike Santana. Champagne Singh got involved. It was a disqualification victory for Mike Santana, but then Santana Marella comes out. He said Mike's going to have a partner, and it was Joe Hendry. And Joe Hendry and Mike Santana did pick up the victory over Ali and Singh. Steve Macklin addresses Josh Alexander. And saying that Josh Alexander is something but a coward. And I'll tell you what, Josh Alexander, I have to agree with Steve Macklin on this. And complain about the Northern Armory and all. I gotta get this out of here. That's a mistake. I'll deal with that. Anyways, thank you. The Rascals talking about, getting back to the top, and I mean, the betrayal by Wes Lee kind of set them back a little bit, and Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz decided to try to reroute themselves and try to get themselves back at the top. It says it's the climb and it's tough, and they were climbing up back to their treehouse, and they were talking about it, and they decided, well, we're gonna have some fun. So there's that. So there's that. Let's see what else. The Nemeth brothers, after the main event match, were kind of talking about JBL and what's going on. Then they're arguing with Joe Hendry, and Joe Hendry's trying to make amends, and I'm sorry and all that, and then Nick Nemeth wasn't having any of it, and then Ryan Nemeth was starting getting in his face, and then Santino Morello says, "Hey, listen, you lost. I'm sorry. You get back. You start from the bottom." And then Joe Hendry goes, "You know something? I'm starting the bottom, and no place to do it. No place better to do it than with Ryan Nemeth." And Joe Hendry comes out to address the Detroit crowd about Ryan Nemeth. He said, "We're doing a song, roll the footage." And he sang about Ryan Nemeth being Nick Nemeth's brother. The end. And everybody's laughing and having a good time, being entertaining. So, so Mike Santana was, about to pack up his things and leave for the day. And first class comes up. That would be Casey Navarro and AJ Francis. And he looked at them, Mike Santana, before you talk, think about what you're going to say. And so they said, "Hey, we saw what you did. You had a dub over Moose. And and that's pretty good. But you didn't need to pay to have friends." He pays to friends. He said, and he goes once again, "You guys should have thought about, you should think about what you were just saying that came out of your mouths." Basically walks away. Doesn't need their help. And then AJ Francis looks at Casey Navarro. Sometimes you can't help friends. Can't help anybody. Yeah. So there's that. And then knockouts action. George Iceman, the commercial concierge for Ash by Elegance, comes out. Calls everybody Detroit losers. There's no ladies. There's no gentlemen. They're all losers. Starts running his mouth. And then he introduces Heather by Elegance, and Heather Reckless comes out looking like an angel and all that. You see Dana Brooke, yay! Ash by Elegance, yay! Look at my new student and all. And Jody Threat was charging the ring while Danny Luna was holding both the Knockouts tag team titles. And Jody Threat ended up picking up the victory over Heather by Elegance. Heather Reckless has still a lot left to learn from that young lady. And I think once Heather and Ash, the Elegant, Sisters of Elegance, shall we say, get it together, they might be the next Knockouts Tag Team Champions. We don't know. And that's the fun part. And then you got the main event, the X Division title was on the line, as Speedball Mike Bailey was defending against a member of the system that Mike Bailey called NWO from Timu, which is pretty funny. Moose. And this was a hard-fought matchup. Moose picked up the victory and captured the one title that eluded him. You got new X Division champion. That's right. Moose is the new X Division champion. In fact, Moose was our second guest on the Rant and Rave podcast this year. First guest on the the first guest on the podcast, Alex Shelley, who was the TNA World Heavyweight Champ at the time. Now, Alex Shelley's one half of the new WWE Tag Team Champions on SmackDown with Chris Sabin. And now, Moose was World Heavyweight Champion, being our second guest on the show, but now he is the X Division Champion. So, Rant and Rave going 2 for 2 with new champs. Yes. But Trent Seven comes out, consoles Bayley. And he says, hey, give it up for Bayley. And then as Mike Bailey turned around, Trent Seven low blowed him. And that's right, like he did to Tyler Bate before leaving the WWE. And basically attacked Bayley and walked away. And that's the end of that. So that is all the time we have on this show. Thank you for coming in for another episode. Next episode, 1,800, the 1800s. We're finally there with some bullseye. All right? I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. And until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doing for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.